Holy shit. The Vegas episode.
Yeah, 2 Vegas episodes, I think.
Boys.
Back-to-back episodes.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah. Welcome back. It's been a while. I feel kind of bad about that.
Yeah.
There is nearly a half a dozen people listening to this. So
There's at least, including us 3. We're
and
including
one of them's my mom. So hi, Mom.
We have a solid fan base.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Action figures.
Couple cousins, couple uncles.
Huge following. So we'll start off by, all of us as white folk have a moment of silence for Jimmy Buffett.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Ouch.
He had a good run, huh?
He did.
Dude, 76 years, and that guy fucking partied, I bet. Like,
Imagine the shit that dude's seen.
he lived through the 70s and 80s.
Oh,
he was
man.
Jimmy fucking Buffett. So.
Man.
Anyway,
So I know there's
pour one out for a homie.
There's a tear. Yeah, there's a tear on every white face in America today.
We should go down to Margaritaville and stand quietly.
You know what?
I wonder if they're
You're
doing
right.
a tribute.
Should we do a vigil?
Just line up margaritas.
I'll stop by CVS and get some candles.
Yeah, candles and margaritas. Just stand out there. I didn't really know him, but I always loved him.
I felt like I knew him.
Yeah. Don't we all? Don't we all feel that way?
We all have a little bit of
Just
Jimmy
one
in
big
us.
cheeseburger in paradise, all of us.
Oh, that's
extra
what life
fries.
is.
Yeah.
Life is a cheeseburger.
Margaritaville, buddy. All right. Anyway. Yeah, so live in Vegas. Last night we went to Tom Segura.
Oh,
which,
my God.
Shameless plug, that guy's the funniest man alive.
Yeah, for sure.
If I grew up to be one person, it's Tom Segura.
Yeah, and shout out to American Express for getting us bomb-ass seats.
Dude, did you realize, Matt, that whole row? Like, we were the only row that had the entire thing to ourselves.
Yeah, it was
It's
insane.
like 6 extra seats. That poor giant
Everybody
guy in
else
front
was
of
sitting on
us.
top of each other except
know.
us.
And row 12. And so, first of all, this is very on brand for the 3 of us, is a complete stranger sitting in front of us.
I'm losing his shit.
And you guys were fucking one after the other. And
had
this
him going.
dude was like, I am in the wrong group.
Yeah.
I think he
chair
laughed
bit
harder
slayed.
at us than he did at Tom.
I know.
And
that
Tom
chair
was
bit
fucking
slayed.
funny.
Yeah.
So that was our own pregame before
was.
Tom Segura.
Yeah.
So how heavy do you think that dude was in front of us?
Ooh, dude, he
So
was
yeah, let's paint the
4
picture.
bills.
Let's put easy.
Set the scene, LT.
So the scene is this majestic mullet,
Oh, God. The flow of that
man.
lettuce
and the
patch
dude
was
was
something else.
at least 400 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy hasn't skipped a meal in 34 fucking years.
He's a midnight snacker for show.
You know how like you'll have like sunflower seeds at a baseball game? This guy has like cornbread. You know? Honey butter.
Holy shit.
A fucking
And gravy.
yeah. That's the wash down.
Yeah.
The gravy's
That's
the
the dunker.
wash down.
But he
the
brings
dunker.
his own gravy. He doesn't even buy it there.
No, yeah.
And it's like Gam Gam's gravy. It's like a spoon stands up in it.
This is
Like
sausage gravy?
So this dude's 400
Why do you have
pounds,
this?
and the seats are awfully close. It's churchy vibes, right? Like in the
It was
sense.
So if you've ever been to like a
cozy.
work conference or something at a hotel,
It's-
like, you know,
yeah,
the chairs
bingo.
locked together and
Yeah,
it's
they're
like,
locked
dude, it is
together.
nuts to butts in
So
there.
this dude goes to create some separation, some more real estate for him, which he absolutely fucking
He definitely
needed.
did.
Yeah.
He was a
He needed
fire
it.
hazard.
And we were supporting him. I mean, we were moving
Oh,
the
yeah.
chairs, but every
chair
time we
bit.
looked over, the guy was to the right more and more. So we were joking. Every time we look, he's gonna end up on the right side of the fucking room. If he kept moving, because he was just trying to create more space.
The
And we
ushers
were-
start getting confused. They start looking at the line and they're like, oh, what the fuck?
At some the wrong place.
Dude's kind of scooting by. He's like, excuse me. I'm like, hey, it's your show, brother.
At some point, I think that was his dad that was with him.
Yeah.
Probably.
He was fucking
rolling.
dying.
Yeah.
He was dying. He goes, yeah, this is my boy, my big boy.
It's a healthy boy you got there.
So hell yeah, he's a fire hazard, is what
Well,
he is.
he's also a great farmhand, I bet.
And then you,
Oh,
That dude
yeah.
could probably lift like 9 bales of hay by himself.
guys,
Yeah.
you guys are killing me because you were like, you had the thing going where you're like, I was just going to accidentally bump the chair next to you and keep bumping it so that eventually.
Oh, so sorry, sir. He thought that was funny as shit.
He
So kept
was
kicking.
laughing
I'm so
his
sorry.
ass off.
It won't happen again. Oh my God, I kicked it again. Just keep kicking it.
But we supported him.
Yeah.
And that just speaks to us. We will support anybody.
Absolutely.
Strangers. He was in a time of need.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
honestly, he panicked.
Yeah.
There was some panic in
When
his.
he first sat down, I was like, "Ugh, this guy's not having a good day.
No, because he could have put one cheek on each chair.
Oh,
Yeah, basically.
easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah. But anyway.
So then we get just destroyed. Like there were several times where both of you looked like you were having freaking chest pain.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Tom Segura is gifted.
I was moved to vomit at least twice almost. It was just kind of like I can't laugh any harder, otherwise my
stomach,
lining is going to
my
come
stomach
apart.
hurt.
Yeah.
Well, let's back up. Let's start with dinner.
Oh
Oh yeah.
okay.
We skipped dinner.
Yeah, we totally skipped over that. Okay, so we went out to Ocean Prime, which is literally next to Cosmopolitan. Because right now we're recording this on the 59th floor of Cosmopolitan.
Right across the bridge.
Yeah.
Looking at grandstands and all the paving they're doing for the F1 race. And Ocean Prime is literally at the Skyway Bridge, like what, 200 feet away from Cosmo entrance.
Yeah, super close.
And that might have been the best damn steak I've had.
Oh my God.
We've been to some nice higher end places.
Oh, yeah.
All around.
Yeah.
And I can confidently say, boys, that ribeye was the best I've had.
That was ridiculous.
And I can say that with 100% certainty.
Yeah. As far as steaks go, I don't know if it was the timing, but the quality was top notch. It's the best steak I've ever had in my life.
And it was really, really good.
So much butter. I had chest pains for a different reason. Giant, like a stick of butter on top of it. I'm
That's
like,
why the
good
guy
Lord,
in front of
Jimmy.
us that Tom liked us. He could smell the butter.
Yeah, he did. He was like,
coming
my
off
people.
of you. He's like, oh,
Why is that guy so shiny? Butter fan, huh?
So we do dinner. We do Tom Segura. We make best friends with the 400-pound dude in front of us.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
And then we decide we're going to go exploring. So if you haven't stayed at Cosmo, there are multiple speakeasies in here. At least 3. There might be a 4th one. I don't know. But the 2 were the Lodge. That's the one we had to go see.
That one was okay.
Which is basically a ski lodge. But I'm glad we saw it. It was cool.
Yeah.
Check the box. But we
That
weren't
one
there very
server
long.
though, dude, that was like a huge bummer. She was
They were
such a
pissed.
bitch.
They were
Like,
not happy.
I'm like, I'm trying to stand here and have a cocktail. She's like, move. And I'm like, okay.
yeah. She was.
And it's like, look, it's a tiny place.
it's a tight place. That's
That was
the issue, I
frustrating.
think.
But in typical on-brand fashion, we make best friends with the people directly behind us in line.
I know.
Have you ever made like a best friend in 30 seconds?
It's funny because we were just talking about it before you hit record on this thing, and it was like just the energy that the three of us bring when people are like, I want to hang out with those dudes.
Dude,
Like,
yeah. That was
pretty easy. People were like, oh, they look like fun because we just laugh.
Yeah,
we're
so
just laughing.
we walk out, we get in line to go to another speakeasy, and directly behind us are this gorgeous blonde
Oh, yeah.
and this tall gentleman.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, very tall gentleman.
Which if you know, at a passing glance, they looked like they were together. Like, oh, cool, date night.
Yeah. That's a
Tall,
safe
good-looking
assumption
dude.
in general. Yeah. I mean,
Well-dressed, you're like, okay, cool, they're together. Not together.
until she opened with.
The first sentence like out of her mouth was, "Oh, this is my cousin."
Like, oh,
Okay.
Well, no one was asking.
Yeah,
That's
let me be
super
very
helpful.
upfront.
I don't recall asking.
Yeah.
The fuck?
We were like, oh, cool. Giant fire across at Mirage. Look at that.
Oh, shit.
Huge fire.
Oh, that's a fire.
Whoa. Black
What
smoke
the
too.
hell?
That's not good.
It's probably an AC unit.
Yeah, the Mirage is flat out on fire right now.
I'm going to pause the episode because, there's a structural fire at the Mirage.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that's not good.
That's not good. Anyway,
Wow. Didn't see that coming.
we have to record that. So we went to the Lodge. The Lodge was okay, but we met Courtney and what was cousin's name?
Casey.
Casey and
there you
Courtney
go.
from Missouri.
Yeah.
She's an RN.
And he works for Marriott Hotels.
Oh, does he really? I didn't catch
Yeah.
that part.
She did.
okay.
I don't know. I don't know if you remember this story or not, because she told me this story, but I couldn't remember if you were standing there or not. She said she did clinic work in Nicaragua.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Oh man, we had a whole conversation about this.
Holy shit.
So pretty ambitious and outgoing person Courtney
Yeah.
is. I was
Yeah.
like,
No,
holy
that was fun.
cow.
They were good people,
It was
man.
very telling.
I'm glad we ran
it was
into
a good time, and we connected right away, and we bar hopped with them, and it was
And then we went to Ghost Donkey.
nice to remember.
Ghost Donkey is okay. So it's in the food court. And
Ghost
it's-
Donkey was better.
I definitely agree.
I
It
think
was
out of
even
all the
smaller.
places-
However, it was more fun and the cocktails were better. Like if I had to pick one, that was the winner.
The bartender was great.
That guy was awesome, dude. He was having the best. He was living his best life.
And like in Vegas fashion, you meet everybody from all around, right? So we're hanging out with people from New York and LA and fucking Missouri.
This, I think that's what's fun about this place, right? You come here and you make new friends, and people are from literally everywhere.
Everywhere.
Like, even out of the country. It's like, where are you from?
And it reaffirms that there are some stereotypes from where you're at.
yeah,
For where you're
it's
from.
a thing. It's definitely a thing.
Well, she thought we were assholes. She goes, "Oh, Phoenix, that makes sense." I'm like, "What the fuck
Yeah, what
does that mean, Courtney?"
Yeah. I didn't catch that part.
Yeah,
She flat out attacked Arizona.
she did. And I said, "Do you even have internet in Missouri?" Because she didn't know who Tom Segura was.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
She
right.
goes, "Who's Tom Segura?" I said, "Are you do you live under a fucking rock?"
Apparently.
I said, "Or you just don't have."
A convent in Missouri.
I said, "You just don't have internet in Missouri yet."
Or
And
Netflix.
So her and her
shit.
cousin were here to see Adele. So I was like, "Who's that?" Because if you don't know who Tom Segura is, I don't know who Adele is.
Yeah, because that's what you basically told me. That is basically what you've just told me.
I'll play hard to get too.
Yeah,
that's fine.
I like games. I'm a gamer.
Is this door open? Maybe.
Whatever.
Maybe.
I'll try a different one, I guess.
And so then we closed down Ghost Donkey. What time did we get kicked out of there? 2?
Yeah, it was last call.
Last call was 2, right?
Yeah, 2 or 2:30.
It was 1
or 2. Well, okay.
Does time exist in Vegas, Jerry?
No. Time is a construct.
I'll tell you, I was at
it's a fucking notion.
I was grabbing a coffee this morning at Starbucks in Cosmo, and it was like a 7 a.m. airport crowd. Like you would think that everybody's grabbing their coffee at 7 a.m. Yeah. And I looked down at my watch. I'm like, it's fucking 1 p.m.
Yeah.
This is
like everything shifts like 6 hours forward or backward.
Time doesn't exist. Time is just an illusion.
And that is why Vegas is a special place.
Yeah. So what was the idea behind the episode was in general? It was what?
It was bad ideas are the best stories.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That was the lead in, a very long lead in.
That was, and that's the intro for...
I have to cut that one down.
We're going to fix that. The best bad decisions, right?
Yeah.
So this is all about saying yes, right? Like... What is a great I know I've got a couple of stories. I know each of you do.
Oh, for sure.
But like saying yes to something where you're like, I have no idea where this is going to lead.
Oh, man. I have a pretty long list of those.
Give us a good one.
Let's see. I think probably my most recent one is when you bought us tickets for Miami game.
Oh, that's a good one.
That was one of those things like I didn't even have fucking time to be like.
That was a bad decision.
That
was a great story.
I bought tickets and it's like, oh, shit. All right. I had to call my wife and let her know that I'm leaving in like 2 days. Book a plane ticket from Miami. Never done that before.
First week of school.
You going to be sick on Friday, buddy? But it's one of those things like to your point. It's like you just say yes and you're like, I'll figure it out. And to be a part of like sports history like that and to be like, just to say yes. And it took me probably like a week to process like what I had seen and been a part of. Like, it's like people were crying. Like it was like a religious experience for some people. Some people spent their life savings on tickets to go to that. Some people like that was like the what they want to do before they die is watch Messi play. Like fucking bananas.
So I'll give you another great say yes story. It was one of the last trips, and maybe 2 trips ago, Vegas. And it was SHOT Show.
Oh,
and it was the SHOT Show that, what was it, right before, maybe right after COVID, I don't remember. But Gray Man Clothing on Instagram posted this thing about, hey, if you're a customer, we're doing an event at SHOT Show.
Yeah.
And this was like the day before the event. It's like, okay, this is sold out. There's no way there's any room. But they're like, hey, send us a message on Instagram if you're a customer, and we'd love for you to come. But again, I'm looking at this the day before the event. I'm like, whatever. There's no chance this is going to be a thing.
Well, on top of that, side note, it was like black tie, so you had to get a tux.
Well, don't. We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
What the fuck, Eric?
Well,
God damn it. He's missing like some key elements.
You're fired. So I sent him an IM, and I'm like,
premature ejaculation.
Is there room for this in this event? They're like, absolutely. And it was black tie. And so I'm like, they're like, yeah, you're on the list. I'm like, holy shit. So I'm like, okay. So I call the tux place and I'm like, I got to pick something up right now today.
Yeah. What do you have in my size?
I had to book a flight for the next day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I have no real idea other than, hey, this is a black tie event at the whatever mansions here in Vegas. I forget the name of it.
Off strip, like rental house.
Off strip event. And I'm like, cool. Like, I don't know how this is going to go down. And so I'm wearing a tux and I roll up and it's, 200-300 people at this private event at this mansion in Vegas. And I'm wearing a tux and people are like, damn. Now it says black tie required, but I think maybe 4 out of the 250 like followed that.
Not enforced.
But I was one of them.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, man, this makes no sense. Like I'm here. This is amazing. And so in my mind, I'm like, all right, I'll pop in, couple drinks, and then I'll bail. It's like, okay, cool. I was here, check the box. And I'm not even there 30 minutes. And Tim Kennedy walks in.
Yeah.
And he's wearing a sport coat, not a tux.
Yeah.
And he stops and he points at me. He goes, dude, how are you? And where's your brother? And the whole room stops and is
Who
like,
the fuck is this guy?
they're like, okay, we all 250 people in there know exactly who Tim Kennedy is.
They have no fucking idea who you
And
are.
they're like, and who is this random dude, random 6'3" dude who does not look like he's like a fighter or anything special, wearing a tuxedo? And Tim Kennedy is like, dude, comes over. I'm like, he's like, how are you? How's your brother? What's new? And we're having this conversation and people are staring.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
what the actual
and
fuck?
even you're staring at yourself like from a third person, like, this isn't real life.
This
Out of
is-
body experience.
This is the moral of the story. Eric probably remembers this because I texted you and I'm like, I got invites to this event.
Yeah.
You should go.
I said no.
Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Work, life, excuses, bullshit.
Yeah.
And so then
Horseshit, no one
here's what
cares.
happens. And this is why saying yes is so important, because you don't know where this stuff leads. So I'm in this mansion at SHOT Show wearing a tux. And he's like, well, tell your brother said, hey, I haven't talked to him in a while. And for those who are following the show who don't know this, Eric worked for Tim Kennedy for how long?
Oh, probably about a year.
About a year.
Yeah. Worked with.
And
not
I'm
for.
like, well, I said, Tim, we got to take a picture and send it to him to make him feel bad. He goes, oh, absolutely we
Fucking
do.
douchebags.
And I have a selfie, and I'm going to post it to the gram.
Yeah.
Of Tim Kennedy and I at this fucking mansion.
I know.
And I texted it to Eric before I sent it to anybody else. And the next morning and it was late. It was like 11 o'clock midnight.
It was super late. I didn't see it till the next morning.
So what happened? You woke up the next morning.
Dude, I picked up my phone and I was like, fucking messages. I'm like, well, let's take a look at this. First one I fucking opened, there's him and TK. And I'm like, motherfucker. I was like, I lost my shit. I almost threw my fucking phone across the room. I'm like, I didn't think he'd run into fucking anybody at this show that we know. And there, sure enough, it's TK.
Yeah.
He's like, Tim says, what's up? He wishes you were here. I'm like, fuck.
Fuck. And so then 15 minutes after we take that photo, I'm like, okay, well, it can't get any better than that.
Yeah.
And then we got Byron
Rogers was there, yeah.
Rogers shows up, and then Danny from Gilbert PD shows. All these Instagram influencers come out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoa, this is wild. And I'm like, okay, it couldn't possibly get any cooler than that. Some dude with a Rolls Royce with suicide doors rolls up to the front and parks right by the front door.
Like gangster, like sideways.
And, it's got this freaking bougie starlit ceiling. I mean, it's a Rolls Royce. And he goes, do you want a picture in it? I said, abso-fucking-lutely.
Yeah.
And because it's SHOT Show, there's hardware in the front seat.
Oh, for sure.
Decked out Daniel Defense AR.
Yeah.
Freaking the whole 9 yards. And so, like a boss, I've had enough vehicle training where I'm like, yeah, I can do this without hurting myself or the rolls. I post up on it's called Shooting from the V, and it's right there at the
right at the A-frame.
Right at the A-frame of the car. And I post up and I take this picture, and people are like, what do you do?
This guy's working? This guy working or what's he doing? Yeah.
And so people are staring, going, this dude in a tux.
Yeah.
He's in a Rolls Royce.
TK's buddy.
TK's friend, who no one knows.
Yeah.
Because I'm a nobody.
People are going to think you're CAG or something.
And I
can't talk about what he does.
I sent that picture, and people are like, this is the most gangster thing I've ever seen.
It was pretty. Even I posted it. I wasn't even in it, and I posted it. I'm like, I'm so excited for him.
So,
like a proud
the moral of
father.
the story is, I
don't
said
say
yes.
no. Don't say no.
Because you don't know what's going to happen.
Dude, I was so fucking pissed when I woke up. God damn it. Fuck. Should have gone. Should have fucking gone.
The best bad decisions.
I want
right?
Matt's. I want to know what Matt. When was the last time you just fucking blindly said yes and it turned out to be either amazing or not amazing?
Being friends with you guys.
That's fucking sweet.
That's
Stop.
sweet. It might be true though.
No, but
He's
really, right? So
We're here. That's a yes story.
As a father of three, you don't get away much.
Yeah,
and I think all 6 of our audience members can agree.
Yeah,
that,
nearly half a dozen people are shaking their head yes.
Yeah, in agreement, right?
Well, of course.
Yeah.
I understand.
It's hard to get away.
Yo, impossible.
But when an opportunity presents itself from Jared and Eric,
yeah,
I can't say no.
yeah.
That's true.
And
We're tough to say no to.
So,
I can't quit you.
when you're working through, the logistics of it, the coordination, the childcare coverage, the school pickup, I'm going to travel with them. How's that going to look?
The logistics.
We didn't even leave the airport yesterday morning in Phoenix, and I had a smile on my face. And Eric looked at me and
You were glowing.
Jared looked at me and goes, we're not even there yet. And you're having the best time.
Yeah, already.
Well, shout out to Rebecca for loaning
Yeah,
us to you.
Rebecca.
Loaning you to us for the weekend.
Props, respect.
Shouts outs, Rebecca's.
Respect.
We all love you immensely.
I saw you just laughing your ass off and living your best life last night, though. That brings me joy. Like, it literally brought
slayed
legit tears to my face.
It's an important reminder that you need to have adult time.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Uninterrupted. So we had dinner a couple weeks ago for a friend's birthday, and they don't have kids. And the invite was like, hey, it's a kid-free event. They didn't really know how to say it. I'm like, no, I'm glad you said that, because it allows us the opportunity to be present amongst adults.
I can talk to you like a grown-up. I can engage. I'm not
managing
somebody around
little people. You know, I'm able to engage and be present.
Yeah.
So you guys have taught me that that's an important quality to chase.
Absolutely. Well, and here's the deal. We all have kids that are a little on the older side, right? Not grown up yet, but it's easier now than it was.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, those first, 3 years are impossible.
Well, I still have a 4-year-old at home.
Well, yeah, but she's
pretty awesome.
She's pretty independent for being 4.
She's my favorite one if you're listening.
Write that down. You are definitely in the will.
I love them all equally.
But some more than others on certain days.
Yeah, it's important to just say yes. You know, we bought these tickets for Tom Segura in January.
I know.
And
kind of forgot about it, honestly.
Well, honestly, because that was 9 months ago.
Yeah, I know.
So, but that's just a testament to how quickly life goes. And if you don't say yes to things, then you're going to miss everything.
Another almost yes story. So, Eric said no to SHOT Show. Lesson learned.
Yeah. Won't do that again.
It was insanely last minute, but I'm going to give you shit. The 40th birthday party in Vegas.
Oh.
Where I was like, I have extra belt-fed ammo for the helicopter.
Yeah, and he was like,
he's like, big sigh.
I bet you do. He called me morning of. You remember this?
No, it was the night before.
No, morning of.
Was it the morning of?
I can't hear this. There's a helicopter in the background.
This is your last chance.
Oh, yeah.
I will send a car. Oh, we can go shoot out of a helicopter. That was the hardest no.
There was a long pause.
I've had to fucking make in my life.
Did you legit sit there for a minute? Like,
dude, it was 150 rounds and I was going to send a car. It was long. It felt like eternity. The line went dead.
How do I swing this? How do I go missing for 4 days?
I can only do it if you kidnap me. Like, legit. Like, put me in a van with a bag.
Side note, one of our side businesses is we will kidnap you.
Yeah.
For a low fee.
Yeah. A marginal fee.
DM us on Instagram.
We actually just do it to keep our skills sharp. So, just drop Jared an email if you're interested in trialing these services.
Shoot him a direct. Make sure we'll tase you for $50.
It's a pilot.
Yeah, it's a pilot program. Hand-selected individuals only. Need to make sure you're not shooting back when we kind of try to take it.
Yeah, we don't need that shit.
That old hat.
But here's the moral of the story is, say yes. And it takes courage to do that, right?
It does. And I think, honestly, and you, Matt, we all practice this, right? Like, I fucking hate saying it because it's so fucking cliche now. Comfort zone stuff, right? People talk about getting outside your comfort zone. And I hate using that because it's the most cliche term on the planet. But it's true. Like, you need to do stuff that's hard. You need to do stuff that you've never done before.
That's unexpected.
That you don't think you'll like.
Yes.
And it's funny because we practice this to our kids, right? Like, you got to try it once. Well, if you don't like it, don't try it once.
That's the only way to, I preach this to people I work with and whatnot, is the only way to grow is to get uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do something you don't think you're going to like or that's fucking difficult.
That pertains to your professional life, the personal life. And it's easy to just stay in a fucking bubble.
Well, I think we all know people that do that, right? I'm not going to name any names. We were just talking about a friend of ours that
shade, literally would just 30 seconds
live in a fucking linear line the rest of his life, like the same job, eat the same restaurant,
and that's okay.
Shit in the same toilet.
Nothing wrong with that, but
that's okay.
I don't know. To me, I feel like it's disrespectful.
If you
think about it, because it's like
to yourself.
Like, you're disrespecting yourself by just living in this
That's
fucking
actually a
linear
really good
line.
Point. You're disrespecting yourself.
Yeah,
that's
there's
exactly
people that
what it
can't
is.
fucking walk. There's people that can't fucking talk. There are people that are bound in a wheelchair the rest of their lives. And you have 2 functioning legs, and you don't go anywhere. You don't do anything. You don't fucking
have
live.
Wasted an opportunity.
Yeah.
And life's short.
To me, that's
life's short. And then then the conversation turns into you have the financial means to do stuff, right?
Yeah.
And how grateful of an opportunity, because some people don't. And I tell my kids, I'm like, we travel with them. We took 3 trips in the month of July.
Yeah, you guys were traveling crazy.
Yeah, we were all over the place.
Yeah.
Some badass Airbnbs and I tell my kids, I'm making a point to say, some people don't get to do this.
Yeah.
Some people don't know where the next meal's coming from.
Yeah.
And here you guys are complaining at a fucking nice restaurant.
So that's a good point, because that's something you do that I probably should get better about, because I don't want to raise entitled kids. I want them to understand, like, hey, you have some really cool stuff that you get to do, but it's because dad works hard, he saves his money.
Exactly.
It's because mom works hard, she saves her money. It's because I have to turn that off. It's because, like, you know, we save and we plan for this stuff, and like we don't do it all the time, so enjoy it. And you know what? Everything we've done with our kids, it's like the most magical thing they've ever seen. So I got to get better about reminding them, but I think it's setting in where it's like, I want to do cool stuff. Like I have a good attitude. Like I want to work hard so I can do cooler stuff. Like, that's how that works.
And then, you know, the courage to say yes, right? That's what it comes down to, is teaching the kids that the secret is be brave enough to say yes. And you never know where that will lead. That's the thing, right? Is like, you're going to, it's a self-discovery thing, right? You will surprise yourself.
Yeah. And at the very least, you'll find something maybe you don't like, and that's okay too. Because then you can say, I don't like that. Like, no, I'm good.
Every experience is either, you know, it's a lesson one way or the other, you know. I would love to do that again, or fuck no, I won't do that again.
Never again.
Which might be both answers
They're
for
both
you.
good stories.
By the time we get back to Phoenix on Monday, that might be both answers for you.
Yeah. He's like, double
do
down.
we have to go back?
Yeah, we'll see.
I mean,
you got to hit big on craps or something so that we can get in the high roller suite and just live here for a month.
There you go. Just get comped.
I work remotely. I don't know about you.
I'll swing it.
Yeah. I hired a proxy to come visit my work for me.
A stunt double.
A stunt double. You may ask him all the questions.
So what are we going to get up to today? What are we thinking?
Well, my dad is in Vegas right now with his buddies.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So you're going to grab dinner with him, right?
Yeah, we're going to grab dinner.
Okay.
We have yet to celebrate Father's Day, so it's an opportunity.
Okay.
It's an opportunity for us to do that. Might make another reservation at Ocean Prime.
Oh, dude, go back. It was so fucking good.
Dude, it was so fucking
Here's
good.
the thing. For what we got, it was not outrageously priced. Like compared to Bourbon and Bones and some of the stuff in Phoenix, like I was expecting it to be like horrifically overpriced, and it wasn't. It was.
I thought it was
for a
fairly
prime
reasonable.
cut of Wagyu A5. It was in the ballpark of what you'd pay at Bourbon and Bones in Gilbert.
Yeah,
solid.
We're like legit selling like Las Vegas Farm right now. There's nearly half a dozen people like, I want to go.
We have a vested interest in.
Yeah. Maybe they'll sponsor us.
We own 12% of stock in a farm. Try the steak.
It came from a guy I know.
All right.
What else do you got?
Back to it.
What are you going to get into today?
Okay, so here's my thing. Rainy days.
It is.
It's got to, because it's raining like crazy right
In our
now.
background, it's dark clouds and rain.
You can't even see
kinda-
some of the hotels at the end of the strip.
Kind of disgusting. The
My
fire,
thing
though.
is when it's rainy and cruddy, got to have a pint of Guinness.
Yeah.
Because every time it rains and it's like this, it reminds me of being in Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm tempted. I don't have to see how far of a walk it is, but that Irish pub at the New York is pretty awesome.
It's a hike though.
But it's raining like crazy and the strip is jam packed. So maybe we'll just have to like buy a can of Guinness here.
Here's
But
the deal: is you probably find it at the bar downstairs.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't worry about making a hike for it.
Yeah, no.
I'm sure we can get you one.
He's an experienced person.
I know. He is. He's got to be in the moment. He'll be wrapped up in it.
Tastes better in an Irish pub.
Of course.
So
The floor has to
closing
creak.
thoughts on saying yes.
Just fucking do it. I don't know.
Just say yes.
I wish more people would just fucking say yes to doing something different, doing something new. I feel like the world would be probably a little more accepting of different types if more people said yes.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to get political because I refuse to, but at the same time, it's like the world would probably be a lot better if people just fucking lived their own life and did something they were uncomfortable with and like understood different perspectives. And
had something to look forward to.
that's the other thing, right? You got to have something to look forward to. Like I said, people live in that fucking straight line. You can have it. Because what do you look forward to every day? Like you went to bed in the same bed. You had the same dinner you eat every Tuesday night for forever. Like good luck with that.
Yeah. You work your 9 to 5 and then
punch a clock.
same commute the way home.
Yep.
And so let this be the biggest takeaway. Say yes.
Yeah.
Say yes.
Make memories.
Even if you're not sure how it'll work or how you'll pay for it or how you get the time off of work, like
I'll be honest,
It
some of those
will
are some of
work
my
out.
best trips where it's like, man, I can make it. I think I did Vegas once with a buddy of mine back in college era.
with no room.
With no room. Well, we got a room. We got a room. That old Motel 6 right there down the road is
Classy.
But
solid.
it ended up being like a locker. We didn't sleep for like 2 days.
Really?
We put our bags in it, and we actually locked our bags in there because we didn't get back in time to get them out before housekeeping was like, did anyone live in here? I'm like, no.
I know this,
It
friend.
was a $40 locker. But it was like, times were tight. Like it was college age. So it was like nobody had any money. And we're like, I got $100. Like, let's go to Vegas. Sure enough, dude, it was like one of the best trips we ever had. Like we just
You said yes.
gassed it out. I said yes. I was
You
like,
said yes.
I'll figure it out.
Say yes until you can't say yes anymore.
Yeah.
Until you physically are
Until-
being prevented
yeah.
from saying yes.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to be 60, 70 looking back going, fuck.
So there's a book on this, right? A lot of people save up to do stuff after they retire, like someday.
Yeah.
But the reality is, like, first of all, none of us really know how much time we have.
Yeah.
So you got to say yes now. But when you get older and your body's different and it's just everything else, right? Like you may not have that opportunity.
Yeah.
And shout out to Pete Friedman at NetApp. Pete was reading this book and it's all about like, no, get into the adventures now.
Yeah.
While you're young,
Yep.
while you can enjoy it. Because and it's more, the book is based off the financial component of like, yeah, don't save up for someday because someday may not come. But it's also, it's a mindset, right?
Yeah.
It's a mindset.
Yeah.
So-
Well, and that's a good example is our own father, right? Like,
Yeah. Great example.
multiple debilitating accidents. Like the poor guy can barely fucking stand,
Yeah.
let alone walk anywhere. And it's like, yeah, I would love to go to Europe and do some walking. Can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
That ship has sailed. Can't even be on a plane for more than a couple hours. Like his entire adventure is just cut short.
Yeah.
And he's doing great. I love him. He always is pretty good spirits, but that man is going to miss out on all the stuff he thought he was going to do later in life. And not necessarily his fault, but shitty hand you got dealt. And
But
deal with
think about all the adventures he's gotten into.
well, I'm not saying he missed out on life.
No, he definitely
that man
did not.
has not missed much.
No, he has not.
He's got stories that I'm sure he won't tell me. It's like I've got stories I won't tell my children.
It's just unspoken stuff.
It's just kind of like the stoic nod of, I understand.
So the moral of the story is
spend your money.
spend
Be
your money.
present.
Be present.
Because you can't take the money with you.
Yeah, what's the old saying, right? You never see a bank car behind a hearse.
No. And that's so true.
Wow. There you go.
Yeah,
It's true, dude.
it is.
Money comes and goes too, right?
Yeah.
And if you've done your part as a dad to raise successful kids, they don't need whatever money you're going to give them. Like,
Fuck no.
cool, you can give them $1 million. You're going to give them $500,000 off of your life insurance policy, whatever you have set up. Like, they're going to be successful because you did your job.
If you
and
do it
did
correctly.
right, if you did it
Exactly.
correctly, they don't need your help.
My parents are like, do you plan on leaving anything for your kids? I'm like, do you plan on leaving anything for us?
Yeah. Let's see how this water
they're
how
like,
far this
no, I'm
water
like,
bottle
there's
falls.
your answer.
Yeah.
The fuck?
That's intense.
So
I'm here
say
for it,
yes.
though. Yeah.
Say yes.
You can't take it with you. Just say yes.
Say yes.
And make sure you bring a really outgoing, crazy, fun couple of friends.
Yeah. Have a buddies.
Cheers.
Cheers.